Hello, everybody, and today I'm doing another Star Wars Versus. I recently received a comment about the Kanan Jarrus versus Quinlan Vos video I did 5 years ago already. That's crazy. But it got me thinking. I want to revisit this duel since I felt I didn't really go much in depth with that video, since I kind of just went over the Kanan Jarrus story more than talking about who I think would win in a fight. But this is all opinion, of course. This is going to be based off Quinlan Vos and the new canon, or not really new canon, the current canon, and Kanan Jarrus, since he is a new character from the current canon. I'm not going to be basing it off the Legends timeline, since I feel that's a different incarnation, so I want to stick with what could happen in this scenario. So sorry if this doesn't seem fair, but I'm really going to base things off mainly Quinlan Vos's appearance in the Clone Wars and Dark Disciple, and for Kanan, definitely Rebels for sure. But Quinlan Vos was a Jedi born as early before the Clone Wars, and he was basically more known for his undercover missions of the Jedi, and he almost fell to the dark side when being captured by Count Dooku after he was tasked to assassinate him, and he joined Ventress and the two fell in love. But after Ventress's rescue with the help of some Jedi and the bounty hunters, Ventress sacrificed herself and Quinlan laid rest for her in Dathomir until Ventress was resurrected, and Quinlan didn't know, but during that, he was assigned to Kashyyyk during Order 66, and he was shot down, but he survived, and he was able to take the Jedi under his wing as part of a small group to help surviving Jedi. But that's his story so far in the current canon. But for Kanan, he was basically a Jedi Padawan during the Clone Wars, assigned to Deba Balava until she died fighting a group of clone troopers, and Kanan basically escaped his clone troopers and the Bad Batch until he met Hera Syndulla and joined the rebellion after laying low. But during this, he did train a Padawan named Ezra, and he's fought the Inquisitor, Darth Maul, Vader, but unfortunately Kanan was blinded, and he sacrificed himself towards the end of the, I guess you can say, before New Hope era, and he died a hero, saving Hera after the two fell in love, and he helped give birth to Jacen Syndulla. So let's go over their, I guess you can say, their feats for this discussion. So Quinlan Vos, we mainly see him fight Cad Bane in an episode of the Clone Wars, where he teams up with Obi-Wan, if you saw that episode, for the Hunt for Zero, the Hutt. But he was able to survive Cad Bane and dodge his flamethrowers. But unfortunately, he did lose his lightsaber to Cad Bane, and he was able to somewhat duel Obi-Wan with it. But Quinlan, of course, was able to get it back, of course. But what we really see his combat, his lightsaber skills, is when we see him fight Dooku. And of course, he wasn't able to beat Dooku in a fight, but he was still able to somewhat almost outmatch him until, with the help of Ventress, he was able to somewhat take him down. He almost had the chance of taking out Dooku in Dark Disciple, but a lot just came about it in the duel. But Quinlan is definitely known more for his stealth tactics when he's fighting, when he goes on his undercover missions. That's what he's mainly known for, like I said earlier. So I think he has an advantage in martial arts abilities and lightsaber combat, since the person in the comments that pointed out that Quinlan has more lightsaber skills, even in the Legends timeline, he definitely had the advantage in lightsaber combat, since he almost got to be in the Jedi Council, but he's mainly known for laying low with the Jedi Order. But as for Kanan and his lightsaber abilities, he does have good martial arts abilities. He's still able to take out stormtroopers easily, like when he went to the Citadel to rescue the supposed Luminar Unduli. But that's where he does encounter the Grand Inquisitor, and he was easily taken out by the Grand Inquisitor a couple times, knocked unconscious, but he was able to defeat him in the Season 1 finale of Rebels by using Ezra's lightsaber, his lightsaber, and he's able to just chop the lightsaber in half, and the Inquisitor falls. He did technically beat the 8th brother, too, by slicing his lightsaber, and he just fell to his death. But he mainly is known for getting easily knocked out, since he barely was able to get some training, because as he said in Season 3 of Rebels, his Jedi training was limited, since he was still a Padawan, even when training Ezra. But he was knighted when he fought the Jedi Temple Guards, and he fought really well, even though the Jedi Temple Guards did have a little bit of an advantage when fighting Kanan Jarrus. But that's what I think for Kanan's abilities. He did still survive Darth Vader, though. But I feel like Quinlan Vos seems to be more powerful in lightsaber combat and martial arts skills. But as for Force abilities, Quinlan Vos is mainly known for he's able to use his abilities to track various things. Using the Force, he can see who used it. That's what made his abilities so powerful, basically. Yeah, and he does multiple other things in Dark Disciple with his Force abilities, but I feel like Vos is more known for his stealth attacks in martial arts. But for Kanan, like I said, he was still limited with even his Force abilities. He's able to still find connections, like he's able to swarm a bunch of those nasty things that he used against the Grand Inquisitor when he and Ezra went to that little abandoned Republic facility. But yeah, Kanan still had his limitations. That's what takes a few grades for me for his character. But for the verdict, I definitely think it'd be Quinlan Vos. If their fight did happen, it probably would be at some random planet. And say like they have some conflict, and then it leads to a lightsaber duel. And I think Vos would easily probably overwhelm Kanan with his abilities. And his tracking abilities he can easily use if Kanan ran away and they use... I don't know, not saying that Kanan would run away, but he probably would get easily knocked down by Quinlan. But what do you think below? Who you think would win in a fight? Quinlan Vos or Kanan Jarrus? But these two are definitely some of my favorite Jedi, for sure. So the next versus, I'm not sure what it's going to be. So I felt like I did a lot more in depth with this versus. So anyway, thanks for watching. May the Force be with you always.